Ladies and gentlemen, animals and human beings, whatever you might be in the middle of it, welcome to the very first episode of our podcast, From Script to Screen, particularly for this theme, this segment, this movie that we watched today. We're talking about films that speak. Now, there's films for entertainment. I love watching things that we're just watching and ha ha ha, exactly. But there are also films that really drive social change. Right. And that can feel very boring just hearing it. It sounds like Project Topic. But when you think about, somebody that doesn't know anything about a certain subject, and they watch a film and it grips them so much that they're like, you know what, let me find out more about this. Let me see what I can do. Those are films that speak to the soul and ripple out change. It was fun that we get to start off on this note, but what were the first impressions you had for this film? Like in 2 minutes, in fact, in less than 2 minutes, you can kind of tell, is this film going to be good? Is it going to, be like this? So let's hear some first impressions.
So, personally, I have a thing with hype in Nigeria. 90% of the hype movies in Nigeria end up not really being a thing. Maybe because I'm looking at it critically. All right? So, but this, I said it earlier, Jalo, you could remember now. I said I wouldn't have watched it. Like, I would have just said, it's one of those things.
Wait, do you mean you wouldn't have watched it, or rather you don't like watching things that are overhyped? Or
so the problem is you might not know it's overhyped until you watched it. So, but I kind of like have a tough skin for that. I just would like I'm not going to watch it. So, but watching it, man, I regret that first impression that I had on it, man. Yeah.
Whoa!
Angel of my life.
What? Well, I would say the first scene, if the first scene wasn't it for me. Like if I was going to watch the first scene,
5 seconds,
yes, if the first scene is going to be what would want me to watch the film, that first one will not keep me. You know what I mean? The first scene, wedding,
typical wedding thing, Nigerian thing,
like
typical,
colorful
everything.
This?
Yes.
Maybe they were testing your patience.
And I don't have none.
I'm proud.
I don't have none. I don't.
And then what kept me a few seconds after that, wedding, the church scene, was the phone conversation with his wife. How it played to the point where she's saying, look, I have to undergo this. I don't want to undergo chemotherapy. And he's saying, you have to undergo it. And she's saying, there's no money. And then the moment he's saying, there's 25 million in my account. And then she's saying, no, we don't have that money. Where did you get that money from? Then something happens to end that conversation. Now I want to watch.
Yeah.
Like now I want to, The first scene, wasn't it for me. But from that point, it kept me.
Okay.
First impression in a minute. I could say my first impression in a word, necessary. I felt like it was necessary.
Okay.
I felt, based on the conversations I was already seeing, based on the first, let's say that after the third scene,
right?
It felt like, we need this conversation.
Yeah.
So even if I had not heard people talk about it online before watching it, by the time I got to the third scene, because of what I'm currently experiencing as a Nigerian,
it will keep me. Yeah.
This is necessary.
I want to see this person's view of it. Because it's something I'm experiencing. This is something I know firsthand. Let me hear your view on that. Let me see it. So necessary. That's very strong. Well, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
necessary.
think I agree with you and Mark a little bit. Because my first impression, like you said, for me, the beginning seemed a little slow and very normal.
Yeah.
So I
Flat.
was like, But then, like you also said, the necessary, but for me, I didn't see the necessary till literally the film ended. It's like, okay, any other pacing would have been maybe too abrupt, or it won't give it that emotional tone that actually ended up carrying the rest of the movie.
Right.
So I think we've all made valid points on first impressions. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we're doing first impressions versus last impressions.
Okay, so there's a way I watch movies,
Yeah.
I just need one thing to get me, then I'll continue watching.
Yeah.
So mine didn't go that far, funny enough.
Okay.
So from the wedding scene, if you remember, I said it while we were watching, from the wedding scene, the first thing that caught me was the sound.
All right.
Or what they did with the sound. So there's this shot they were pulling out from the church, the noise of the church, and we're heading outside to where we'll see him in the car, yeah?
Yeah.
So as soon as the shot went out, there was the quietness of the outside. Like that automatically had me saying, oh yeah, even if it is work, you need to see this because that detail alone was a thing for me. So, but towards the end of it, dang,
Right.
is what I would say.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
The
Yeah.
quietness of the outside is also, it sounds like a paradox. It sounds like a beautiful line to use in a movie.
Quietness on the outside.
outside.
Like, I mean, it should be not
Should be
quiet.
noisy outside.
so coming from I'm feeling all professor-ish.
No!
Don't let the beard be
No!
Yeah, so but dang, I'll leave it at that, man.
Yeah.
At the end, Jesus, that was good.
And sound is such an underrated
Woo!
tool
Yeah.
in
That's
film.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
film.
Yeah.
Sound? Sound drives everything. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, imagine watching a movie without sound. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we shot that. I mean, we are Nollywood. I'm
Yeah.
glad we did that, so I'm proud. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a good
We did.
job.
We
We
did.
did
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah.
We did.
Congrats, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
For the
Yes.
hype and all,
Congrats.
thank you.
Congrats.
Jesus,
Congrats.
thank you.
We
Yes.
did it.
Thank you.
No.
It's feeling like it.
I mean, I
Like-
feel like I'm part of the crew members. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Jerry.
So, I don't know if it would sound like I'm playing devil's advocate, but my last impression was it's not enough.
Really?
Yeah. What I mean is we are facing a situation where I like a happy ending, I like hope. But that's not really the case.
Was
Yes,
it a
that-
happy ending though? Because there was a reunion, but that doesn't necessarily imply a
No,
happy ending.
Technically
I mean, the
speaking,
last
it was
line
a happy
there
ending.
is a deal. A deal is a deal, right? That's
Exactly.
creepy. That's a creepy ending
Like-
line, man.
That's a
Jesus.
creepy
That's a
ending.
creepy ending line, man.
But to be
now
fair,
thinking about it,
it's much more important to any one of them that they came back alive.
oh yeah, no, I get your
probably,
happy
yeah.
ending. I get happy
So
ending.
now
Yeah.
accept
valid.
the pride, yeah?
But more than that,
Valid.
more than
Like,
that,
without.
more than that, we didn't even get to ascertain the consequences that this guy is paid.
Yeah,
To
because-
shoot the film now?
no. Like
The,
the story now, the
the
criminal.
antagonist.
Even the protagonist self. You know, we are looking at it at face value, yeah? They got what they wanted to be free. But are they really free? Are you going to be everly normal going through the roads again?
Yeah.
Oh well.
You get the
So-
bride, is
Like
she
that's
ever
trauma.
going to want to remarry and all?
That's why I feel like, and maybe I'm too attached to the story,
Agreed.
and that's why I'm saying that it was not enough because I feel like it's much more
Than this, yeah.
gruesome.
Are you talking about the conversation outside the film now?
Yeah,
No.
a bit, yeah.
So- Like-
carrying
so
the
that's-
whole
Like
story.
kind
that's
of
the
like
thing.
outside, yeah.
As a work of art, right?
Yeah.
I feel that's why I talked about the consequences for the kidnappers
Yeah.
and all of that. Yes, it seems like they ended up not getting the money, but they had gotten some money already.
Yeah.
You understand? And we are not sure that they are actually getting consequences.
Yeah.
And I agree with Jerry. Obviously, yeah, this has been a lucrative business because this was a branch.
Yes.
This guy branched out.
This
A
guy
new
branched out.
branch.
You get so
A new
agreed.
branch.
The
the
whole
Jews sent
idea,
us
yes.
I think
So,
it's
but, you know,
quite
because of
an
it that the
important
Jew-
point, especially when we're talking about, films for change.
Yeah.
Because now we haven't gotten to see any consequences for these guys apart
Yeah.
from the consequences that they faced within
Within
their
the-
own group.
As
Yeah.
in fact, they didn't
Right.
even get any.
On their
They didn't
own
even get
terms.
any.
Exactly.
Consequences on their own
So
terms.
They didn't even get
again,
any.
Because we didn't even see the hitting of the
Yes.
stone.
But
Yes.
again,
We didn't
relating
see
it to the reality now, this is still unfolding, yeah?
Yeah.
They are still kidnapping people till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
All right? So this is a continuous thing. So I think I'm agreeing with Jerry. Yeah, it's not enough. It means we need to do more, yeah? And this just goes beyond the film, yeah?
The conversation.
We are agreeing
right,
that this
just like I
conversation
said.
goes that the enough we're looking for is not just about for filmmakers, we're looking like in general, Nigeria, the world. All right? So because we are trying not to be very, very sentimental about this.
Yeah.
Because the conversation would have gone a different way, yeah? So, well, I feel, yeah.
Okay, question.
we need to do more.
Do you guys think if they had added those consequences for those guys, that would have changed the feel or the message of the film?
It will probably give the film a there's this narrative that consumers will get, like by consumers I mean the viewers, you know, right?
Yeah.
There's this, okay, this is how it might probably be. You know, movies, stories shape culture. It shapes
Yeah,
narrative,
they
it
do.
shapes mindset.
They do. Very
Like
powerful.
imagine you give the ending of those people a very like a definite one. Okay, they are going to be caught. They are rounded. Their sources are like it's out there.
Yeah.
Now, a typical viewer would be like, okay, that means there's hope. That means there's chance. That means this is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I'm just looking at it from that point.
Okay.
So, like, I was thinking, yeah?
Yes.
If we're being realistic about this,
Yeah.
all right? Mind you, it's either surrealism or realism for the movies thing. So, let's say now, we want to give them a definite end.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're a kidnapper, you die, you get caught, you get... So, but that's the problem. The Nigerian narrative doesn't take it like that. The Nigerian narrative is what we have, these kidnappers, these insurgency guys and the rest, being assimilated into the military.
But that is our reality.
That is now our reality.
You want to have an open-ended
Story,
story,
so that
but
it can
then
be filled in.
was this really open-ended? Not
No,
necessarily.
not really.
Not
No,
necessarily.
There are
no,
questions still,
no,
but
they
not
are
necessarily open-ended.
still hanging.
And then, did you give us a closed ending? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So it could work, but in many ways, for the typical viewer, this actually does not serve perhaps a very distinct purpose.
No, it doesn't. Like,
In the sense that, like you said about hope, right? If we're going to say, yeah, we
giving
did
them
this,
hope.
we did this, and then we can believe.
So
We
who
need
would
to
you
know.
guys say this movie is for? Who was this made for? Because like now when we're thinking of people that are going to watch this and the possibility of things that they could do after having watched the film, who is that audience? When we're creating film, who are we really creating for?
I feel like if you're a Nigerian, yeah, this automatically should appeal to you. And then if you are a humanist generally, you are one for humanity, yeah, this should generally appeal to you. In the sense that, see what the writer and the producer and the movie makers took their time to do. It's supposed to be a happy thing, yeah? This guy just got married. It's supposed to just be a naturally happy thing. Like, that's like one of the happiest days of your life. This guy didn't see more than 5 seconds out of it. Like literally, you were just living. And you died. And then, imagine, and this is something everybody can relate to. In the sense that we are seeing today, people are in the churches, they are being
Always have hope.
abducted.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And you
when
just shortcut it off for us.
you get something that there is hope.
Oh, by the way, there was this thing I was going to talk about earlier.
Yeah.
The child. We never had a conversation about what use does that child have in the story. The detective's child. What particular use? But I thought about it that
actually, looking at it
perhaps
now.
it is a hope for the future.
Yeah.
And maybe that is the reason why he put in his best to fight, to make sure that these guys were safe. Because what if his child now gets into that situation later on? And so that's what I'm just guessing, that is the reason why they had to add that to the story. That he had to leave his wife. He had to make the sacrifice of spending quality time with his wife, because he really wants to make sure he creates a Nigeria that can accommodate his
child.
Young kid. To add to that, I remember one of the scenes when he went to the parents of the husband that died, and he gave their scene. Later, when he found the other criminals or something, he was telling the guy that having to, give the parents
That was the hardest thing for him to do.
That was the hardest thing for him to do.
because
So I think him being a new parent now is something he
right.
had in mind as well.
The writer needed to give him a motivation.
Yes.
And I think it was valid.
Okay, so again,
Yeah.
back to the argument for me. Now, look at it. The writer is extremely smart. Now, the North, which is usually mostly associated to Islam, yeah? Now, we're fighting the fact that this was one-sided and whatnot. Is it the same movie we watched? Because the hero of the movie was a Muslim.
It felt very.
And one of the major culprits in the movie was a pastor.
You get
One of the
so I don't understand where the argument
Major
always comes
culprit
from.
in the movie.
You get so that is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Because looking at it, like now somebody gave a tweet and said that why is it that the Hausa man, the Fulani man is always put in a light of that the ones doing the attacking and whatnot. And somebody tweeted and said, I saw a kidnapper dressed up as a herder, and what you saw was a Fulani man dressed up as a kidnapper. Can we say this also boils down to perspective?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because again, I'm looking at a criminal disguising as a northerner, and you automatically just seen a northerner.
Yeah.
Disguising as a criminal.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about the issue of identity now, and this is such a complex topic when you're talking
Nigeria.
about.
We can't talk. It's a long story.
Nigeria.
Yeah, it's a long
It is
story.
a very long
Wale
story.
Adunoga will be
Okay,
proud.
so since this is
Super
a very
story.
intense topic,
Yeah.
let's talk about identity in terms of our characters. So now we're shifting more towards the characters that we have going on. Who carried this story emotionally and throughout?
I would say is the wife.
Which
The
of the
cancer.
wives?
The cancer.
Adama.
Okay. I would agree.
Yeah. I know we would want to say the bride.
The bride?
But
No.
I'm sure it's his wife. His
Yeah.
wife. The what's her name?
Jalo, I feel like you're too quiet. Are you about to say something opposite?
Oh well.
I think I get why we're saying the
What we'll
wife.
say the wife, yeah?
Why we're saying the wife. But maybe I have an affinity for the NGO worker.
I do not think she carries any money. No,
so
Jalo.
let me explain
yeah,
where.
please,
Let me
go
Wait,
explain.
first,
No, but
first
I
of all,
think
her name
I
was
might tilt
Habiba,
towards
right?
him too.
Okay.
I might tilt towards that.
Well, the viewers don't understand. We're calling her an NGO worker because
Exactly.
No, they
she
don't.
was
We have to
acting.
call her by
She was acting like a humanitarian at a
Yeah.
point, and then she kept on switching.
And then a serious UN worker.
Well, I think that we have to consider the fact that she was a victim.
An abductee
at
too,
first.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where
And
you're
we found
coming
that
from.
out
No,
early.
that is why I said
No, but I want to
let
still
me-
stick to my
let me
guns.
land, let me land.
I'm still
Yeah.
sticking to my guns.
Let me land where I'm coming from. You know, we talked about something for the title while we were watching.
Yeah.
That the herd, it's a bit broader than just
Just the name, just the cattle
imagery
raising.
of
Image
the
that was
cattle.
carried, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's the Nigerian herd, this thing. So somebody just saw another person that clearly stated that they only saw the snippet. And the person made a conclusion that you people are generalizing the Hausa, Fulani, and Muslims and all of that. And because of that, almost every other account that is associated
white,
to that
yeah.
person agreed to it and just went like a herd.
Herd mentality.
Right? And we also have this thing amongst us where we believe that if I can just survive and just get my own,
Yeah.
Everybody can go to hell.
Everyone
Yeah.
can- yeah.
that's another reason why the Japan
why-
mentality is very, very.
And it's why they
And that was
appeal
that was the
to
major
people.
drive for the NGO worker.
Do you
She
understand?
needed to
She
survive.
needs to
So
save
anybody
us.
that's going down can go down.
But then, remember, at each instance, she kept on showing you that she also has a human side.
Yeah.
Every step of the way, she will
Yeah,
still
yeah.
show you.
In as
another-
much
But
as she
her
wanted her
human
way.
side
She
was
played
never
both.
outside of her agenda.
But you know that.
No, but then look at
I
this.
get your point, right? But honestly, I'm still sticking with the wife of the wife.
Yeah, because now the thing is we're looking at which character carried the film emotionally.
You know what? So what I'm saying is that
So
she
she-
played with us on the side of. So the people that are now fighting for the, let's say Shegumina would watch her and be like, yes, what she's doing is, do you understand? I get her point. You should consider these terrorists
Funny
as
you
well.
brought that name
Do you understand?
And
Because
inculcate
in
them
the
into
same
the
light,
society.
in the same character was still also showing us that she also has her own grief.
Yeah.
She also has where
Has her
she's
own
coming
issue.
from. And the same character is also showing us that she has a part of her that feels, I was here before, just don't hurt them yet. She was still trying to buy time. Even if she was buying time for herself, she saved their lives several.
Along the way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think that makes a lot of sense, and we can agree that both of these characters were quite pertinent. So aside from carrying it, do we have any favorite characters? I have a few.
Okay.
I have like 3 favorite characters.
I never thought
Wow.
of that anyway. Wow. But okay.
I just
So
enjoyed
my,
it. So
my favorite characters are based on how believable they were in their roles.
Okay.
For me, that was Halil. That was Halil is the main guy. That
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah,
show
yes,
the
yes,
people
yes,
they
yes.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Then Adana, that's the
Adana.
wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wife.
I felt every inch of her acting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the last person that came at the end, Yakubu, I felt like
It was a myth
he
that came,
was
yeah.
who
Baba
he
Yaga.
was.
I was going to give that guy a proper shout out. Because
I was going to
talk
Nah,
about
it was
special.
solid.
Okay, if I had more than one, he's going to definitely be in
Yakubu
it.
was Baba Yaga.
So So those are my favorites.
Okay, that's cool.
Favorites, everybody?
Castle, do you have any?
Animate or inanimate?
I wanted to say now, mine would be based on the influence of the character to the story, yeah?
Okay.
Like when you were introduced, how you changed the whole narrative.
Wait, I was going to
Yeah.
say that was I wanted to use that too to grade my own character, but
So,
bro.
Sorry, bro.
That goes away from me. And you know, so there are little things that they dropped along the way that worked for me. Okay, so let me start with the guy's son, yeah? At the point where the mother was disoriented, she was in the bathroom sitting down here, and did you understand how the knock rhyme with the gunshots? The knock of the baby. And the simple, he just wants his mother. Yeah. Guys, you guys missed something here.
Tell me again.
At that point, it's just a simple thing. And then they later brought in it, and she was like, please look after him because it seems like
He's
you know
Something.
you know those little details
we don't want
makes
to
you
damage
understand that this filmmaker things
right.
and then the watch, man.
Bro, that's my number one.
So why that would go
That
for me
character,
was
it's
because
bro.
Watch was an
it
important.
was focal, and why it sold for me was not because it was what that they used and track. No, it was because they made a whole story around it. The first thief tried Anas also tried to pick it, and the other guy raked for him and was like, no, we are not thieves, we are kidnappers, we are what? He dropped it. Then that other guy picked it.
The
Do you
way
know
he's
how
ransacking that
deliberate?
bag, he saw it.
No, you know, he
Just
didn't see it at the first place. He ransacked and wanted to close it. He was
And
like,
then so yes.
again, and now picked it. And so, do you know how deliberate you have to be to sink that in and then sell it? It's crazy.
If I was the director of the film, I would give that Apple Watch is camera. I'll give it a camera. No, honestly,
The cheetah camera, yeah?
like I'm
Go
going to
follow it round.
I'll keep
And-
that
Bro.
Apple Watch with a camera.
And see, they didn't need to
That's a
tell
very
the
great
boy's
character.
parents that he's dead.
They don't
Yes.
get,
Just
you
drop
see,
the watch.
so that camera,
It was
that
very
Apple Watch,
tastefully
No,
done.
it was so
Because
it
there
was.
are other
He just said- he just
films
looked and said,
that
"I'm
try to
sorry."
plan
I'm sorry.
these
Yeah, it was for
things.
me.
no,
It did.
sorry. When you,
did.
my character would have my best would have to be that watch,
So 2 votes for the watch.
and then Yakubu, and I'm good.
Oh, Yakubu.
Baba Yaga.
I like the wife.
Like the wife too. I
like
like
the
the wife.
I like the watch. Ha.
We have to bring in
don't know if I have a
NGO,
favorite
the
character.
NGO.
Oh, yeah,
I thought-
yeah.
so
No, you're not bringing your girl.
for reference, guys, as we were watching this film, when we first saw Habiba, we thought, oh, angel.
Yeah, she was
somebody
really
is
good.
helping us. She's like an NGO worker. Ashe, this baby
Ashe,
has
Ashe.
her own
Serious
account.
wahala.
Ashe, she was also a
And that's but typically that's what I
cold-blooded
Yeah,
worker.
that's how we're calling her.
That's why she's
NGO
NGO.
worker. Yes,
Just
she's-
for your notice.
So it's
Exactly.
But it's okay. I mean, you should give her.
We should probably make a movie about NGOs.
Yeah, and then she delivered so well.
she
she
did.
did.
I think
Okay,
actually
no.
maybe I can add her to my list of favorites
Oh, yeah.
as well.
So
She did well.
going by this, you run through a whole
Remember,
car.
yeah?
The next, now it's 4.
Nah,
it's four.
I pro-
okay, but to be fair, was there anybody that gave a bad performance? In
I
this?
think I think everybody was great. Even
Right?
the people that died knew how to die. By the way,
No, because dying is not easy.
Okay, so-
have
so-
you guys tried dying on
Okay,
camera?
okay. Now we're
No, don't do that, bro.
no. So think about
I'll
it.
breathe.
Let me mention a few examples, right?
Yeah.
What's this guy's name? His friend in the office that the wife went to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Look at, think
Viola.
about the grip that he held her.
Oh
hand.
yeah,
Yes.
that and
Look at
that
that.
was
Look at how
just his.
just
that was
simple.
that was a brief
Right?
cameo for him, though. That was
Thank you.
good.
So that's
yeah.
just one example.
Yeah.
Think about the other guy that was interpreting that had the Hausa, the Igbo accent was speaking Hausa, but then spoke
But spoke Yoruba.
Yeah.
Wazobia.
We were not seeing his face.
Even
but then you
grammar.
could
See grammar.
Guys,
so well.
we didn't talk about we didn't talk about the masks.
The mask. Those masks, guy. Yes.
No, that is just crazy, man. I thought when I saw the first mask, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, one mask could lose.
Thank you. And then we did.
And then
Yes,
four came
now
out.
We
came
said
out.
something again about at
Yeah,
the point
accents.
when after this guy sliced his friend's
His
body.
friend,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
But
yeah,
we
yeah. So
talked about the
so we're
body
talking about the body and then
The hand
issue of
effects, yeah, the
hand,
right?
yeah.
So we have to also
Severe
give
hand.
good props to the
Good
guys
props.
that did the
Yeah.
costume.
So, but a little
and the
beef
makeup.
to the guys that made the blood. A little beef.
Ooh.
A little
No,
bit.
but think about this too. We talked about the clotting that was happening in her mouth.
Yeah,
They
which
did
was
fool
good.
me that.
Which was
Yes,
good.
when she
Which
was-
was crazy.
when she was
Which was
collapsing.
yes,
Yes,
that was
that
crazy.
clothing was-
That was crazy.
Think
I'm
about
not
some of
saying
these small things. And
crazy
then
shit. They,
a
you
lot
have
of,
to
a
give
lot
them the
about
flowers,
the movie
man.
was doing.
It was
great.
good. It was good.
A lot
Like
about
the issues they had are negligible issues. Like even the big names can make
So
those
then one of
mistakes.
the issues we talked about also was the the effect of the gun.
The gun effect.
The gun, yeah, that was
like
good.
It was being repeated.
That
it
was
the
good.
Same effect.
And
we didn't change.
Yes.
If they had like
five
5
of the
more,
foil.
5 more would
they
have
had
sold
like
it
5
well.
more.
options.
5 would have sold it well.
And those flying bullets.
Those flying bullets were good.
It was good. Gun sound good for Nigerian film. Crazy.
Okay.
So and then it was
Crazy.
consistent as well.
Yeah.
I had a problem with the choreography for the fight scenes.
Yeah.
There were a few of the fight scenes that
With
it
the
doesn't even make sense.
It just
The last guy that
didn't
died, but then,
yeah.
You know the thing with fight scenes is you can't say exactly the
How
sequence.
it go, yeah. No, but you can make it as realistic
But
as
you should
possible.
try to make it
Yeah,
as
so that was, and then we talked about the chain. Yeah, the chain they would have done better.
I
Yeah,
felt like they were holding.
They were
holding
holding
it
it.
better,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could
Yeah, they
literally
would
see
have
their
done
hands
better.
holding.
So I wanted to do a comparison. Yeah. So this is energy. I'm just trying to say that we are doing great of late. Yeah, because see, we sold a problem of insurgency and we sold it well.
Yeah.
Compared to high budget film making world like Black Panther. Yeah.
Oh, right.
When the MCU were trying to show Black Panther saving some Nigerians, yeah, and whatnot, they did their part. I understand that's just for the feel good because it's superhero, yeah. But they would have told the guy's Hausa was.
The answer was not
Hausa
it
was
at
not.
all.
Like-
And so we have to give credit to
the casting.
dialect coach and all of
The
those
di-
things.
I don't know, yeah, but,
yes.
But
the casting was
casting
impeccable.
Yes.
Point.
Yes.
The Hausa
Yes.
was
It was the Hausa was
Great.
wonderful.
But you know another thing is when you're acting, sometimes you even struggle to speak, like because you're conscious of
Of
Yeah,
your-
it's
of your
not
lines.
always
For
as
example,
Like
natural.
the beginning part, we thought
like,
they were.
Hausa was not that good.
Yeah, because you
but
know.
eventually we were like, no, these guys are.
And then they
really
were
speaking
relaxed.
I
You could
think
listen, they were
they
not
became
conscious
more
And I
about
think
anything.
coming from a
Especially
movie making
Halil.
background,
Ali,
Natural.
yeah, Ali was so calm.
and I think coming from a
I think that's
movie
the
making
reason why.
background,
I think that's the
that
reason
might
why
have
you
been
have
the first
Yes,
scene.
That's
it
what I
was
have, yeah.
completely
You know, there's that
believable.
first scene
Yeah.
thing.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's possible that would have
Like
been the
those-
first scene
those
they shot.
first scenes
So they
are
were
really
trying
the
to
first
still
thing that was-
assimilate
it's
and get
possible.
themselves into the role.
Because
And then
it
when
sounds
they
like-
did,
Because when
you
they
could see,
balance,
you
They
could see.
balance.
you could
Relax.
see that.
And honestly, I think it wasn't even bad. Like it
You
wasn't.
know, it wasn't that
No, it
bad.
wasn't
Yes.
bad.
It
wasn't
No,
bad.
it wasn't bad.
You know, because
Once
we
they
just
got
hold
there, we were
some
attached.
questions. We
We
are
are a bit
attached.
more attached.
Yeah,
But please let us
And
give
I think
Genoveva a
also-
very good thumbs up. She did so great. Genoveva was
The crying.
the crying, the expression, the numbness.
When the numbness, when she was dead inside and she had to be lifted up.
You know, if you want to get me,
You
yeah,
did so great.
say acts as if
That
you are
was it.
crying. You will know this guy is not an actor.
No,
Let me cry. You got me, but you put drop in my eye.
you
will
know
not cry.
what?
I'm telling you. So she did a good job.
She did brilliant. Ah,
Crazy.
Genoveva. I hope I
It's
pronounced your
crazy.
name well though.
It's crazy.
Genova. So one important thing in film is language,
Yeah.
especially in this type of movie where we're just in Nigeria, and Nigeria has like 1 million different tribes
Yeah.
and dialects on its own. Now we often complain when Americans or Westerners use a generic, how are you doing African type of accent?
Yeah.
Annoying.
But then when it comes
Which is-
to Nollywood, we also sometimes have these things where
Yeah.
a person, for instance, who is clearly Igbo, he only knows how to speak Hausa, Kadan, and they use that person
Right.
to do the whole role.
crazy. Yeah,
But this
it's
film
crazy.
wasn't like that. How did
No,
we
it wasn't.
feel?
No.
So like you said, right?
Yeah.
The first problem is it is called an African accent.
They just
Generalize
carry all
it.
of us
Generalize
back.
it.
Do you know we don't even have a Nigerian accent?
So
Literally,
you have to look for
all
a
four of
Nigerian
us that are
accent.
here, we sound different.
You have to look for in fact, not even Nigerian. You look
That's
for
it. Yoruba, Igbo.
Yes.
In the Yoruba, do you know
In
there are
fact,
different dialects?
Remember we talked
In
about
the
Right.
Igbo.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Hausa,
yeah.
how the Hausa from that they were sound.
Yeah, we're talking
It's
about where it
from
was
this
from.
sect.
Yeah.
I mean,
parts of
pidgin.
Nigeria.
If someone speaks pidgin, you tell from which part of Nigeria it's from.
Exactly. So that's how it was.
And that's why it's very important for us as an industry, right?
Yeah.
To be very particular about stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't just. We are the ones telling our own stories.
Yeah.
And then we're telling it.
And then we're
in
telling you,
track
you get. So how do you expect someone else to tell it better?
Exactly.
I've always had an issue with languages because, you know, if I met a filmmaker that said he would never shoot in English in Nigeria because he doesn't even know which English we're speaking. So he'd rather shoot with Hausa or a different tribe because he knows that we are speaking this, we are speaking the right one. Yeah. So I feel we need to do better. Which obviously this and
This
again,
is a good step
guys,
forward.
this is a
It
debut.
was. It
That was
Yeah,
a good debut
yeah.
from-
He did well. He did well for your first work. This is crazy.
It's impressive.
It's
It honestly
impressive.
is impressive.
I think it just shows that yes, great actors can be really, really good directors or great directors as
We
well.
agreed.
Yes.
Another thing we should also add is, I think we mentioned that while we were talking off cam, the crew he worked with.
Yeah.
A lot of the names we don't even know.
Yeah.
They might be big names, right?
Yeah,
but
but
we didn't know them.
we don't know
And
out
we
there,
tend
so-
to know.
And this is good work, man.
And
This
so,
is good work.
working with all these people, I remember, I know that someone like Kunle Afola usually has specific
It's
people
few
he
that he
works
works with
all the time.
all through, yeah.
Right?
Daniel
And so
was
if
deliberate.
Daniel can maintain his own guys, or at least alter here and there to have, I think these guys
They did a good job.
They saw his
They
vision.
did a good job.
They saw his
Me,
vision.
I need to
They saw his
see.
vision.
I need to see who is the sound director,
We
man.
will look for him. We'll look for him.
Jesus, that was good.
No, guys really did well.
Yeah, they did.
I
They did.
think it's been an impressive movie, and it's something that all of us quite enjoyed. So I'm curious to what we would be rating this movie. Yeah, because rating a movie, I don't know if people are like lecturers that you have to give 2 points to God. Because
10 is for
these have been
10
very
is for God,
brave.
9 is for my wife. What do you used to say?
I don't have 9, so I might be able to give them a 9. I don't have a wife. So let's give that.
Let's give our ratings out of 10.
Yeah.
And you give me a one-liner, at most 2-liners. No, let's keep it at 1-liners
All right.
because we can all talk plenty. So let's give a rating and a 1-liner of why we're giving that rating. Who wants to start? You are quiet.
I would want to go last.
Ah,
I know. I mean, I'm trying to analyze the whole thing right now, but yeah.
He's my senior colleague. So
Castro, do us the honors.
you guys are too quiet.
The middleman, yeah.
yeah,
Have you
so
were thinking, okay,
for me, I would say
I think it would be easier for me to rate it out of 5.
okay.
So like 5-star-ish, you know, like.
No, I don't do stars.
No, I'm
No,
saying
let's
it
just-
would be easier for me.
Wow.
But it's
So
fine.
let me say, honestly, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I would rate it a 7 because I felt it was necessary, and I knew, at least I knew the extent to which effort was put into
Yeah.
making it what it was. Even in, and I'm adding a sentence now. Even in the
It's
sense
a whole
that,
paragraph.
even in the sense that they were careful enough not to go too far with the narrative, so that they wouldn't cause too much conflict. And they played safe enough, but they still got the message.
They actually played safe. Actually, they played
They
safe.
did play safe.
They played safe. They
Because
played
it could
safe.
have been worse.
I mean, if someone from
Very.
this,
If it were me,
Daniel
call my
was-
name.
If it was Castro that is in the midst of this chaos that is happening in
I talked
Nigeria,
about a tweet that
He would be like
one
out
barrister
there.
had made. He said if it was somebody from the middle belt,
he
or
would
from
not
the
hold back.
northeast that
Yeah,
had
he would
beaten
not
him,
hold back.
You wouldn't even. What
won't
are
play
you
safe.
complaining about?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are you complaining about?
So you gave it 7 out of 10 stars because
Yes.
you felt like it could still have done a lot more, but they did a fantastic job.
They did a
Am I
great
right?
They did a great job.
No, it's not even about what they could have done. It's that 7 is actually a great number.
It is.
Let's not make it look like it is because
If
that
it is
was
a girl,
Now that was very
Do you
political.
understand?
Grace
So the
Chiada was very
girl-
political. But it's fine.
7 out of 10 stars. Who
okay.
is
So, I'm just sticking to the film. All right. I'm just holding up to Nigerian film industry standard here. I'll give it a solid 8, in the sense that the deliberateness in everything
Yeah.
sold me.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
it was wonderful. They took their time. It was obvious that they did good research, and it was obvious that they really were into telling this story. So, if I want to go outside of the story and the reality, yes, different. But for the sake of this film, yeah, and the fact that they did what they could to the best of their ability, which I can promise you in Nigeria, you don't really easily get that. Solid 8. Solid
No,
eight.
that's cool. That's cool. I want to read the movie from Daniel Etim's point of view.
Okay.
Mine,
As a directorial debut.
as a directorial debut, honestly, for someone who is aspiring to be a director as well, right?
They have been directing.
I don't know what he's saying. I don't even know what he's saying.
Like
Go
that
on.
was Daniel just showed that I can be that great as well, and I'm
Yeah.
glad he just showed that anybody who is determined, anybody who has the vision and knows how to communicate it to his crew
And also
members
has the
can achieve
funding.
great. I also
Emphasis on the funding. Because better soup.
And to be honest, I think we all need the inspiration.
We do.
Being a filmmaker in this country is rough terrain, but yet here we are.
Yeah,
Discussing films from script to screen.
Yes.
My rating is just like Castro's. It's an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I would.
What was your rating?
I didn't give mine.
You haven't.
I just
He was speaking language.
I was.
See, I got carried away.
No,
They
it's
talk
fine.
too
Because
much
of that, I was going to give him
He's stammering, man.
He's still thinking.
No, let him.
I'll give 8.5 over 10.
Yeah.
That was not necessary. Okay.
That's very necessary.
They have
In fact, they will tell you.
You
that
have no
if you
idea
give
why
it
they have
you
it
to
there.
put the
a
point.
dots
Why
to
is the
it.
half there?
Because if it goes all the way to 9,
Tell
it
us
will
why
look
you
like-
have.
Because he doesn't want to be in our
Let's just,
band.
yes.
And he
Let's
doesn't want
just
to
stick
do-
to 8.5.
Okay, 9 is
Let me
fine.
do
Why-
it. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Would have told
I think because you've given this half now, me, I feel the need to give it a 9 actually. Because this movie.
I wanted to be the top. no, Capsi. I wanted to be the top.
No, because.
So, but now he has a
Daniel, I wanted to know that I
Give
wanted
me
to
your
give you the
real
top.
rating.
But it's fine. She can say it. It's okay. Go
Me
ahead.
and you, Daniel. I give this a 9.
We started
No,
talking
no,
about Daniel's
no,
house.
exactly.
Exactly.
From
his
We're
hotness,
talking about
bro.
how
Daniel.
sexy he
From
was.
his hotness.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's
This is
not
not
just
about
the
the
hot. The hotness is bonus, guys.
Okay.
The
Nah.
man is
Nah.
bonus.
Okay, it's fine.
Married, so he's not attractive anymore. Did he
my
become
goodness.
old? I give it a 9 of 10. I think the storytelling was immaculate. The production, from the crew to the cast,
Yeah.
like you said, they were deliberate.
They were deliberate,
intentional.
yeah.
And this isn't just an entertainment film. It's film that speaks to change. It's
and
film
it
that
did
is
spoke-
addressing our current climate. And it's film that hopefully can encourage us not just to be talking about it, but
Yeah.
get to spaces
Yeah.
where we can start to think of solutions. Because me, whenever I think of Nigeria's problems, it's just where do you start from? From where to where? But when we can
It's always
have
some more.
these conversations,
Yeah,
when we can
yeah.
actively think of solutions, I think we can make some headway.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
can, we should. I mean, Jalo said this is not enough. We can actually do more of this.
Yeah.
So we should do more. We should talk more about it. Yeah. Yeah.
This was an amazing episode, you guys.
Yeah.
Having this conversation. At first, I thought, maybe we won't all agree, and we didn't, but we got to have a tantalizing conversation. So I can't wait to see what movie we're watching next. Ladies and gents, we finished watching The Herd today. It's an amazing movie. Shout out to the producers of this movie. It was chef's kiss. We loved it over here at
Yes,
the podcast.
we did.
Shout out to all of the cast and crew and everybody in Nollywood that is doing a good job like
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
We're going to be here in this same setup. We're going to be watching another movie, and you guys have to be here for the next one,
Y'all better.
right? So, cheers to episode 2, guys.
Oh yes, cheers to episode 2.
Cheers.
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 Yeah.
Yes, I hope it's a good movie.
Oh yeah.